If you're Drake, what are you doing?
I'm gonna drop a whole album dissing. I'm sorry.
Hello, everyone. I bet you noticed something different about today's episode.
Can we stop doing that every freaking week? Can we stop being like, oh, something's different? Oh, something happened.
Wait, says the one who's like...
I'm saying that because I'm tired of doing that every week. But yes, welcome back to another episode of CJ Unmuted. I'm your host, Gene.
I'm your host, Chris.
And episode freaking 20.
Welcome to episode 20.
20 episode in what? 7 months, right?
7 months, a few months, yeah.
We've been consistent. I'm so proud of myself because you guys don't know. If you guys knew me in real life, consistency is not like something that I'm like, good with. So to be consistent with this project for so long and seeing the growth and the evolution of it all, it's so rewarding. I don't know. How do you feel about that, Chris?
I love it. Now, the consistency has been great.
I love when he does that on purpose, bro, because he lets me cook and then he's like, yeah.
Yeah, true. I feel that. Now, the consistency has been great because I feel you. I struggle with consistency here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, yo, we've been on this shit.
We have. Like, I haven't gotten like distracted by anything. Whenever something comes up, I always prioritize this most of the time. The only time where we didn't release an episode, it was out of our hands. Like, equipment broke
That
down.
was just the whole
Like,
terror
what is-
technology going down.
Like, we can't do anything about that.
But we're still back.
Yeah, we're back, and I feel like this episode is gonna be the start of a new era. Don't get used to this though. But
Yeah, this is a special for you guys.
This is special for you guys. But yeah, I'm so proud of where we are, and I can't wait to see how far we go.
I can't wait for the next level.
I know, like, this is getting me inspired. Earlier, we were having a conversation about being inspired and stuff. This kind of stuff inspires me. Like, you understand, like, when you work on something and then you see an evolution, you see a growth, and you see, like, a progress. It's so rewarding. I wonder if that's what, like, raising kids is like. Like, I don't know, but I'll figure it out for myself soon.
If we hit 1 million subscribers, he'll figure
man.
that out.
I don't know if they even remember about that, but
Just go watch the clip again. We have all the rules in that one clip.
how was your weekend?
If we hit 1 million before the end of this year, Gene will have a...
My weekend was pretty cool, eventful.
Eventful.
Nice.
What'd you do?
Don't ask me the name, but I went to this fashion show. I don't.
Fashion event without your co-host is crazy. I'm just
Yo, listen, it was out of my hands. I was the +1, so I couldn't bring a +1. So
all right, but
it was pretty cool. It was nice to see different styles. Everyone looked like a JoJo character, low key.
I bet you were like, yo, there's an enemy stand
There's
around
an
here.
enemy stand around here somewhere.
No, that's kind of jarring. I feel like a few months ago we went to this party in New York, and then when we was walking, we saw a bunch of people having a photo
that's
shoot.
actually, yeah.
And I'm like, yo, those people really look like JoJo characters in real life. Because, like, they're dressed nice, they're dressed, like, unique and stuff like that. And I don't know, I don't want to say aura, but, like, their vibe, it gave me very, like, much JoJo, you know. So I'm sure you were like,
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
you had a good time.
Went to this after party.
There was an after party,
Yeah.
bro.
And this, I don't like I said, I don't know where I was, but I was somewhere in the city.
You guys see this? You think you have a co-host, but you think you have a friend too, and yeah, they leave you and go to a fashion show without you. You know, that's kind of crazy. But I'm not even gonna act
See
like
this,
I'm jealous
guys?
or
You have a
anything.
co-host and they guilt you for things out of your control. I want you to understand.
Well, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
But it was cool. I don't know. It was a vibe.
Hmm. Do you know, like, who
I don't know
organized it?
anybody. I don't know anything about the event. I was a +1, like I said.
But, like, you gotta tell me more about the fashion. Like, what kind of vibe do they have? Was it urban fashion? Was it more high end?
It was more high fashion.
High fashion.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not really a fan of high fashion. I feel like fashion should be something that's like, attainable and like,
I think
that like what's the word? Of course, fashion is about self expression or whatever, but like I feel like it should be more attainable. I don't think it should be like elitist types, like if that makes sense. So,
but wouldn't
um,
that be a form of self-expression?
well, we can get into the debate that elitism, if that's even a word, removes the self expression aspect out of everything. And
Also,
because when you make something like, you make it seem
exclusive.
like it's exclusive, it's not really attainable for most people, like you kind of alien, what's the word? Alienate?
Alienate, yeah.
Alienate people. And I don't think a lot of people resonate with that. So even if it's a form of self-expression, I feel like you exclude a lot of people. I feel like,
I feel like that's the point of it. It's to alienate people because it's exclusive to only a few people,
mhm.
which some people are obviously going to get offended by that.
I
I
don't
think
think
it's a natural thing to be excluded from things and to
mhm.
be offended by that.
I don't think that's good. We can agree to disagree, but I like I
I don't
like
think it's
inclusion. I like everybody feeling included. I like things being accessible to everybody. Call me a socialist, but that's just what I personally feel. But
I don't think
you
it's
know,
bad or good.
so you're just neutral.
Essentially, because that's just exclusivism, and then there's inclusivism. I feel like they just both exist. They can't.
Yeah, they're both
They
each of
both.
them. They have their own lanes.
Yeah.
All right, you can feel like that. Anyways, we can move on from that. I was just no need to get into this debate, but
What?
yeah, keep talking about your weekend after party.
Yeah. After party was cool, chilled, and that was pretty much the highlight of my
You
weekend.
disgust me. While I was, well, I'm gonna get into my weekend.
So what would you do this
Oh my
weekend?
gosh! So
Why are you hating on me?
this whole week, I was asking this guy, "Yo, what's the wave this weekend? What are we doing? Is there anything fun happening? Like, are we gonna go outside?" He's like, "Nah, I'm staying inside, bro. Like, I'm staying inside. Like, no, we can go out next weekend. Like, let's just chill." I'm like, "I bet." So I sat in my house, worked out, ate food, was about to go to sleep. Then I get a call. "Oh, you want to get on Discord?" I'm like, "Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, I went to this fashion event, by the way." I'm like, "Huh? Fashion event? That's interesting. Like, where was I? What was the invite?" He was like, "No, no, no. Like, it was just a fashion event." I'm like, "Oh, I see how it is." So pretty much, I didn't do anything. I just stayed inside, worked out, hung out with another friend of mine, and yeah, that was it. I'm hating right now on Chris, but I'm just
Sounds lit.
joking.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Nice relax. That's kind of what I was gonna do, but I got pulled.
yeah.
I got pulled.
Moving
You
on.
think
I'm hating hard, by the way, because I
you
would
think
have
if I
wanted to
didn't,
go.
if I could have brought some more people, I wouldn't?
Mm.
It
If
was
there's
out of
a
my hands.
if there's a will, there's a way. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, before we get into this episode, I just want to talk about something dark that happened last week. Um, it's a topic that comes up again and again and again every year, and nothing is being done about it. Um, no solution seems to arise. Just the same thing happening over and over again. The school semester just started, and we already have a mass shooting that took the life of 4 innocent people. The mass shooting was done by a 14-year-old. They're getting younger and younger. It's getting insane. Like, imagine going to school and wondering if it's gonna be your last day. I remember when I was in high school, we used to have those drills, those shooter drills, and I'm like, as an immigrant, as a foreign person, that was jarring to me. I'm like, y'all really gotta worry about people coming in and killing y'all in school?
Yep.
Your classmate
just
might be your
crazy.
killer?
Which is crazy to think.
What are we doing about this? Like,
I remember
it can
having those drills in school
mm-hmm.
or something like those. Yeah. But I just never thought that shit was gonna like as the stories pile on over the years. You're just like, yo, that really is just at a probability of happening.
And it just it just breaks my heart to see lives being like stolen like this, and like everybody just be like, oh, that's terrible, that's sad, moving on, and then it happens again. What are we doing? I feel like the problem is guns. I don't want to sound too political or like make this into like something, like
Yeah, I
make it
know what you mean.
make becoming.
This isn't political. This isn't political.
I just don't want to
Guns are
sound too
definitely at a
political, but like
root of the
we
issue.
need to regulate guns. We need to like make it so that a 14-year-old can't walk into a school and kill his classmates. We need to like do something about that because innocent people are dying all the time. Innocent kids, 2 days into the semester, 2 days. That is insane to me, and I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. Sometimes I have siblings. I have younger siblings, so sometimes I wonder about that. Like I have anxiety over that. Because you never know where it might happen. You never know, and that's the scary part.
That is the scary part about it.
But yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest before we start this episode. But, do you have any thoughts?
I think it's another just lapse in judgment on this gun regulation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not too political, but like it's literally the root. I mean, I'm not gonna say the root, but there's definitely more nuance. I haven't really looked too much into this one,
Mm-hmm.
but the nuance is there's something going on in the school with a specific child,
Mm-hmm.
mental health or something,
And you know what the crazy part is?
and the access.
A year ago, the FBI got a tip on on the kid. Yeah, so they showed up at his parents' house and questioned them about some questionable Discord messages that he was talking about, like school shooting and stuff like that. And the parents were like, "Oh no, my kid's just weird. He gets bullied at school, and the kids don't really like him. But he's not gonna do that kind of stuff. He's not gonna shoot up a school. He's not like that." And then they talked to the kid, and he was like, "No, that wasn't me. I wasn't really saying that. Like, this could have been prevented.
But
This could have been.
well, what are you
prevented."
gonna do with that if that's a joke? Because you know how some kids have dark humor.
Mhm.
How would you tell the difference? Like, how could they have pinpointed it from that interaction after they did the look through?
I feel like they should have.
Mm.
Once you are alerted by something like that, like a kid might be at risk or potentially like a threat, he gotta be evaluated. I feel like they have to send him to like some kind of like professional to see if there's actually a concern there, or to see if there's like that kid might commit some kind of atrocities. Like
How long ago was that?
a year ago.
A year ago?
Yes. So once the FBI was alerted, they should have followed through.
They might have done that already. And
I don't think they did, man. I don't think they put that kid through any kind of like evaluation. I don't think they did that. Like,
But they can't just do that though.
yes, they can. Why not? You can recommend. You can
recommend, but no.
recommend. You can advise.
Yeah, but you can't just
you can
grab.
follow through. You can be like, yo, okay, we're concerned about this, so we're gonna like try to monitor this kid. Are the parents gonna be like, nah?
You
They
can't
might
just do that without probable cause.
They had probable cause. The kid was talking about shooting up a school.
On Discord, true, but no action was committed, and that's the issue they always run into. It's like stop and frisk. You just look like it, so we're gonna stop and frisk you. You can't just violate people's rights like that. That's the issue, and that's why this whole issue is so freaking nuanced and difficult to actually get through.
You have a good point, but I just want to find a solution so that kids can stop dying
I agree.
at school. That's it. That's all I want.
I think
It's
everybody
unfair.
wants that. It's very unfair.
It's terrible. It's like such young lives, man. Like that really it breaks my heart talking about that kind of stuff. And I just wish we had more like more people in power that were actually ready to make some real kind of change. So what I'm gonna end this with is please vote. Vote. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I can say. Even though I can't vote, but please
Bro
vote.
can't even vote. Rest in peace to all those kids lost.
Rest in peace to all those kids. Prayers and thoughts to their families. Rest in peace to those teachers. Prayers and thoughts to their families too. And hopefully we don't hear anything about school shooting in the next few months or
Yeah.
the foreseeable future. But I'm sure we're gonna be here again, and it's sad, but that's the reality of things.
We can just hope that we won't be there again.
On another sad note, Rachel Kwan passed away.
Homie Quan, rest in peace as well.
That was such a random news, bro.
That was out of nowhere. I was like, what?
It came out of nowhere. Like I think we were at work when it
Yeah,
got
when it just
announced.
happened, yeah.
And I told you, and you was like, "What? Rachel Kwan passed?" I'm like, "Yeah." The news broke when it was working. I'm like, "Dang!" And apparently, it's of a overdose.
Overdose, yeah, that's
And a few hours prior to his death, I think he was on live, and he was telling people not to do drugs and stuff like that. And that's kind of like that gives me like
that's
the chills because the message and what followed is crazy. So apparently his girlfriend or baby mom's left the house. He was laying on the couch. She thought he was sleeping. She came back. He was still there. She checked his pulse and he had no pulse.
Oof.
And that's just a tragedy. He
Ooh,
dropped
that's
some
sad.
great music though.
He did.
Yo, Lifestyle, when Lifestyle dropped, bro,
Lifestyle is a great record.
oh my god, that record is generational.
That record is
Too many young
generational.
thugs just cooked up.
They just got back in that move and was
Just
like,
vibes.
woo.
When that song starts playing, you just can't help but vibe to it. It's such a feel.
You may not know what they're saying, but
It's such a feel
it's
good
still
song.
just the vibes.
And yeah, it's just sad that his kids are not gonna get to experience him anymore. Don't do drugs, guys. I know we just giving you guys
This is a
advice and
hard-
stuff we're starting off this episode with some heavy topics, but I feel like it's important to discuss these things, especially
Yeah.
on our platform. If we can even bring awareness to one person, I feel like that's a success. So please try to stay away from those kind of hard drugs. Try to not succumb to peer pressure. That's hard. Peer pressure is a real thing. You might be in a group of with a group of friends, and they'll be, oh, just try it, it's okay,
Yeah.
and you just let yourself go. We've all been around peer pressure, we've all experienced it, so try your hardest to stay true to yourself and try to avoid those stuff. It destroys lives. On a lighter note though,
Are we okay?
Rich Homie Quan was out here. Yo,
Bro was out here dropping hits.
bro was dropping hits and had a lot of hoes. Because as soon as they announced his death, you got women coming out of the woodworks claiming that they were with him. I'm like, dang, can they bury the guy first before you start freaking exposing him? Can they grieve first? All these women are just coming out of nowhere,
I didn't see
exposing
that.
their supposed relationship with him. I've seen a lot.
That's crazy. Imagine going out and every girl's just posted like, "Oh my god, I was it," and then your girl's just there like, "Who are these people?"
Exactly, right? That must be I feel bad for those baby moms or those girlfriends that go through that. That
shit
must be crazy.
is
You're not even
wild.
done grieving yet. You haven't even started grieving, and you see that, oh, I guess he was cheating on me for mad long with multiple people. How do you even feel about that?
I feel like at that point they probably would have known.
I don't think they did.
Maybe.
We're talking about rappers here, man.
So,
Bro, they're pretty good at freaking cheating without getting caught.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
They talk about it all the time.
they do talk about it all the time. But
so,
let's say, let me paint a picture for you, right?
Mhm.
Let's say you're a successful rapper, right?
Mm.
You have a girlfriend
Mhm.
or wife, or whatever. You don't think it would be easy to cheat on her without her finding out? You're always on the road. Like
I'm not saying
you're
that.
always gone.
I'm not saying that it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying at some point,
At some point, at some point, what?
someone's got to know what's up. What's the content like?
What's the content like? What do you mean by
What's the
that?
rap content like?
Street, just regular gangster rap. Even conscious rap, any type of rap, you can cheat without
I'm joking.
getting caught.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate, bro. I'm just chatting.
You just chatting?
I'm just chatting.
We literally recently came up with this inside joke, bro. We're gonna make it a thing on this podcast. You're gonna peep. We're not gonna talk about it now.
I start rambling. I'm just chatting.
But yeah, back to it. Rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan.
Peace, Rich Homie Quan.
His album is going crazy on Apple
I'm sure the
Music right now.
streams went up,
People are streaming. That brings me to another topic, right?
which is great.
We need to appreciate people while they're here. Can we stop, like appreciating after they're gone when they're here? Nobody like even like says anything or gives them their flowers and stuff like that. I'm
I
tired.
think-
I remember when Pop Smoke passed away. That's when everybody was like, "Oh, Pop Smoke, I fucks with him. I want to, bro." When he was here, he wasn't saying any of that. Like, give
I
people their
mean-
flowers while they're here.
I agree, but not everybody's up to date. Not everyone's hip till something happens.
Rich Homie Quan is not a new act, bro.
I didn't say that. All right.
And like, I'm just saying, like, just please help people, like, give them their flowers. And
So who
don't
do you want to
just-
give your flowers to today?
today, that's a good question, man. Of course,
Stand on it.
Frank Ocean, even though he's been gone since 2016. I love Frank Ocean. I feel like y'all know that by now.
you're more
Bruno Mars. People take Bruno Mars for granted. He's a performer, man.
Nah, he's
He's a
out here.
performer. He's an artist. He's a real artist. Anderson .Paak too. No, I feel like not that many people talk about Anderson .Paak. And
Yeah,
like,
I think he's underrated.
he's so
somehow.
underrated, bro. Go back and listen to his old music. This guy is talented as heck. Joji. Not many people talk about Joji too.
Yeah, no,
Joji's
Joji's a generational
Joji's music
style.
is immaculate. Like,
Joji's music's pretty.
oh
fun,
my
man.
god, fire music. What about you? We want to give your flowers to.
Damn, you took one. I was gonna say Joji,
Really?
because the transition in Joji's whole career
Let's not even bring
is
lights.
just
to his favorite
amazing.
career.
But
Please, let's not even bring lights to that.
I'm
career.
glad he cooked. I'm glad he did that though.
He cooked. Another note on music. We found out that The Weeknd is dropping.
On the weekend, another one I would give my flowers to.
Give his flowers all the time. The Weeknd is
because
a
he's out here.
global megastar. People give him flowers every day. I'm talking about underrated people.
No,
But he's dropping soon, and
I'm looking forward to it.
ecstatic about that.
I'm
Like,
looking.
he dropped an album title. He dropped an album cover. We just need a date.
We just need
Did
music.
you see his performance in Sao Paulo over the weekend?
No.
Oh, so he
Was it good?
performed in Brazil. He brought out Playboy Cardi. They
funny.
had Playboy Cardi perform Fiend in front of like thousands of people in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
That's crazy.
And I watched the live stream. The crowd went crazy, yo. They went
I hear
crazy.
Playboy Cardi puts on a great show, and so does The Weeknd. Obviously,
He's what? Sorry?
they both put on a great show.
I don't know about putting on a great show. For Playboy Cardi, The Weeknd, he puts on a great show. Playboy
Yeah.
Cardi is more vibes. I don't think he puts on like a great show.
Doesn't he do like
It's just his
mosh pits and
music
stuff?
just
Hypes the crowd up?
hypes the crowds up. It put like that. I feel like that's what he's known for. But aside for that, yeah, he's dropping soon, and he previewed a song with Playboy Cardi at that concert. And from what the streets were saying online, it's pretty fire. So
I'll have to listen to
we'll
it.
see what happens. I'm curious about the kind of vibe he's gonna go with this time.
Yeah, I'm confused because the last album. What was the last album? Dawn FM.
Dawn FM. It was pretty much life after death.
It
Regrets.
was like the sequel to
to Blinding Lights.
Blinding Lights,
Yes.
which I thought was cool concept
Yeah.
when he did that.
And yeah, the concept was like life after death, regrets, pretty much love regrets and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and like going to the afterlife and stuff. So it was pretty cool. I liked it.
This next one, what's it titled?
Um, something about tomorrow. I can't look it up right now, but it was in my head, but I forgot. But it's pretty much talking about like the future, I think.
Something After Tomorrow.
Hmm.
I don't know. I can't
The
pinpoint where
album
it's gonna
cover is
sound
just
like,
his
but
face looking kind of sad, but that can mean anything, you know.
what do you think we're getting? We're getting Pop Able, or
I don't think we're getting Pop Able, man. I think we're
if
going.
he
back
brings
to,
back Beauty Behind the Madness level, I'm here for all of it.
I think we're getting a more introspective Able,
Beauty
more,
Behind the Madness.
more mature Able. I don't think he's like in this toxic wave anymore. I think he's going past that,
Why? Why would he do that?
bro. You can see the evolution through his like music.
Listen, what's his Drake and Party Next Door about to drop?
Oh my
That's gonna either be toxic or
I'm not even excited for the album. I'm
No?
not gonna lie to you. I'm not, because recently I feel like Drake has been dropping some mid stuff, and like I don't even care to check for him anymore. That 100 gig thing was cool,
that was cool.
and
But
then he released a few songs on streaming,
he released the three pack, right?
and I heard it, and I'm like, typical Drake music. It's not.
But he
moving
said
the
he's gonna
needle.
win round two.
What round two? Bro, his opponent is gonna do the Super Bowl next year.
Big as the what?
That's pretty funny. Einstein 2020. That's pretty funny.
No, I feel like that was planned.
You think so? Nah, but Kendrick kind of did the Super Bowl already, though.
He did it with Beyonce, right?
No, it was with all those West Coast people
Oh yeah, and that.
and Snoop and Dr. Dre. He had a little set. He performed like 2 songs, but
True.
apparently next year he's gonna do a whole.
Yeah, he's the headliner now.
And that's
I
insane.
just got it.
That's crazy. I feel like he's burying Drake right now. Like, there's no like competition anymore. It's over.
So is this the final nail in the
I
coffin?
think it is. If he performs Not Like Us,
You
during
know
the
he's
Super
going
Bowl,
to.
I don't know. I don't know if like they're gonna.
You think-
Nah, he's not gonna call Drake a PDF on like national television in front of millions of people.
I mean, it's being played everywhere else.
I don't think.
It was being played
What
at the
network-
DNC.
What network broadcasts the Super Bowl?
Um,
Whatever network broadcasts it, like I don't think they're gonna allow that.
listen, they were playing it at the DNC, so
That's different though.
that's different.
Yeah.
That's not national TV. The Super Bowl.
Dang. But if that moment happens, how do you even come back from that?
You don't. You hide and then you return.
I thought the concert was bad. The pop out in LA, I thought that was bad. The Super Bowl is different. Well, how do you if you're Drake, what's your next move?
I don't know. Stay low, honestly.
I don't think that's the play.
That is his. I mean, that's not his play. Obviously, he's still putting his stuff out.
But he's not fighting back.
What do you mean? He's shooting his shots on those records.
Those subliminals are not moving the needle. Like
I
they're
know.
not doing anything. Nobody. You have to kind of like
He has to
drop a
come.
bomb. You gotta do something because you're getting like jumped, like nonstop. This never-ending combos. Like you gotta do something. You can't-
If you're Drake, what are you doing?
I'm gonna drop a whole album dissing. I'm sorry. That's the at this point.
Just drop an entire album.
Entire album, straight hate. Just dissing the guy. I mean, one song is bound to go viral off that album, right?
I guess, yeah.
So
maybe.
that's the play I'm doing because like you can't. There's nothing else you can do.
Honestly, I think he just needs a smash hit. Not even a diss, just a smash hit, and everyone will forget about it.
I don't think so.
You don't think
Kendrick's
so?
Not Like Us has been #1 for how many weeks?
I know. No, he needs something that levels.
How many weeks?
It's
And it's a record directly going at him. So unless he has something similar, I don't think that's gonna happen. Even if you release like a summer bop or whatever, summer's already over. But let's say he had, I don't think that would have went up against Not Like Us.
I don't think he can drop anything right now that can go up to Not Like Us.
It's over. So that's why I was like, that party album, that collab album, it's whatever. It's not gonna do anything. Speaking of that, a lot of artists are selling less now. For example,
Yeah.
Big Sean dropped Friday, and it's projected to go
What was
24K.
it? 24K, right?
24K first week, and I'm like, Big Sean is selling 24K. Big Sean doing Ice Spice numbers. Like, that's kind of crazy, bro.
Yo, don't remind me. The drop off is crazy.
What's happening?
I don't know. I listened to the album
I heard some songs too.
and
He's at a
Well,
different like.
it's a different style.
He's-
Well, I won't say it's like the last. It's different.
Mhm.
I don't not like it, but I don't think it's like, you know, a smash.
I feel like it's a more mature Big
It's a more
Sean.
mature album.
He has kids. He's over 30. He's in a loving relationship. What do you guys want from him? You know, Like, of course, that's the type of music he's gonna drop.
Honestly, I would just want another 2088.
Bro, you asking him to go back to like a kind of lifestyle that he wasn't.
Wait, I'm talking about 2088, the one he did with the Janae.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm like,
I
yo,
guess.
just do that.
So you're not a fan of whatever he has out right now.
No, I like it. It's not bad. I'm just not. It's not old Big Shot.
You're never gonna get old Big Sean anymore.
I know.
It's
But I want to
over.
get perspective. Big Shot.
He's growing with his music. I feel like no matter what, even if he had dropped old Big Sean, people would have still had an agenda against him. I've been on this podcast before calling Big Sean corny and stuff like that. Obviously, those are jokes, right? But I feel like even if he had dropped whatever you guys wanted, you guys would have still not been happy. So I'm happy he went in the direction that he wanted to go in. I'm happy he dropped the music he wanted to drop. Yes, people are gonna troll and
I disagree
And
only
hate.
because I like the last album, Detroit 2.
people are gonna disagree and hate, but I feel like he's proud of the work and that's all that matters. And take what you can from the body of work and move on, man. It's not that deep. Stop hating online. People just clowning him online. I'm like, all right, it's getting ridiculous now. I used to clown him. I'm part of the problem too.
Says the
I was
guy.
there for the jokes or whatever. But at some point you gotta realize, man, bro, you gotta stop. The guy is a great rapper. Like, you can't deny that. He can rap.
Yeah.
The music is good. So what more do you guys want from him,
I say the same thing every day. Except you're just like, nah, you just say hate.
I'm just- I do that out of for pure jokes, I'm not out here
Oh.
So
So when I say that for One Piece, you don't believe me.
are we gonna get into this?
No.
But speaking of hate, I'm so happy this flows into everything, bro. I've wanted to talk about this for a long time, ever since it popped up on the internet mainly. But that Ice Spice versus Cleopatra,
Cleopatra
beef,
thing.
man, Ice Spice is a terrible person, man.
When I first heard it, I was like, oh, this will blow over in 2 days. It's still going. So I'm
Oh,
like,
it
all right. So I decided I didn't watch a 3-hour.
I didn't watch the 3 hour
I
thing, but I
just-
watched the recap, and I've heard some of the Twitter spaces too.
This is hilarious.
It's
What's your take on this?
okay. There's a lot to unpack here. Let's start from the beginning, okay?
Hmm.
All right. I love painting a picture.
Paint me the picture.
I love painting a picture and I love putting us into that situation, right? So let's say I'm a successful artist, right? And before I was a successful artist, I used to look up to you. You're an artist too. You're not as successful as I am, but I used to look up to you, but I'll overtake you, whatever, right? And once I overtake you, I start talking shit behind your back.
Mm.
And eventually we piece things up, right? And I'm about to go on tour. A day before, I call you up and I'm like, come on tour with me. And you ask me, oh, what do I gotta bring to the tour? What do I gotta pay for? And you're like, no, nothing. I got you. A day before the tour. So you come on tour with me and you start realizing that, oh, you don't really got me. Like, you're not paying for food. I gotta pay, like, you got everybody else on the tour orders food, and I'm left out. Like, we get to cities, like we share a room, a hotel room. We get to a new city, but because your boo is coming, you don't even tell me your boo is coming, and all of a sudden we're not sharing a room. I gotta pay for my own room. There's not enough space in your dressing room for me to get ready. I gotta go to random bathrooms and shit and start, getting ready.
Mhm.
And then at the end of the tour, you write me a paragraph saying, "Oh, like I didn't really feel safe throughout this podcast." I mean, sorry, I didn't really feel safe. I didn't feel safe throughout this tour. I feel like things could have been, handled better. Like you did me dirty type of shit. And I just spaz on you. Somebody, you mad ungrateful. Like I gave you a look, like you were ungrateful. You da da da. You start hating on me and stuff like that.
Mm.
So I feel like Cleopatra has a case here. I feel like Ice Spice, you don't invite somebody, tell them you got them, and then midway through the tour, you don't take care of them, you don't provide like a space for them to change, you don't pay for their food, your security guard can't even carry a few bags for them. Like what? And you claim that person to be your friend? First of all,
Okay.
they were never really
First
friends.
of all, oh damn it, you took my whole point.
I'm sorry, but I had to say
First of all, I want to know who said who was friends.
they were friends.
Who said that?
Ice Spice said it.
Did Cleopatra say that?
I'm sure she did at some point.
Did she say they were friends?
Yeah.
How in everything that was shown, all the actions, did she believe that was her friend?
Bro, they slept on the same bed, bro.
What does that
they
mean?
Shared a room, bro. Bro, I'm not sleeping next to somebody that I don't feel like some kind of like friendship like toward. Like, bro, no.
Okay, even that.
What you mean even that?
Even that.
Bro.
The actions.
Bro.
The actions.
You invite me on your tour.
The
We share a
actions.
bed. We're not friends?
The actions. I'm just saying the actionable offenses. I agree. Ice Spice is kind of
That's
just shady for that
terrible.
whole time. But you said there was a pre-banter before them. They had beef before,
Yeah, well, beef. Ice
or
Spice
whatever
was
they
just
had.
talking shit.
They had issues before.
Yes.
Okay.
So you feel like that was kind of like let me get my lick back on this girl.
I mean, it could have been.
Let me bait her and then treat her horribly. You think that's the play Ice Spice was?
Well, I
running?
think everything in this whole situation is just kind of shady and
kind of
mean looking from a perspective.
It makes me think that Ice Spice is a terrible person, and I feel like
I mean, she's what,
she's 23,
23 with all this money, all this
money,
fame,
and she's lit.
and you expect her to be.
I feel like one day she's gonna look back at all these situations and like realize how much of a terrible person she is, and she probably gonna apologize to her.
Maybe.
But the internet is
I don't
going
know about all
crazy.
that.
People are dragging Ice Spice. People are unfollowing Ice Spice. People are like, all right, this girl is not talented anyway. Let me just move on from her. I feel like that's a sentiment that's growing online right now.
I mean,
'Cause-
has that sentiment not just been there? And now people
It
are just
has,
looking
but
at
people
it more
were like-
because of the tell-all.
That sentiment was there, but people were like, ignoring it
Mm.
because of the antics and the music was going crazy. But now that they're realizing that she may not be the best person, I feel like that kind of like overshadows everything else. Where people are like, okay, I was following you for something, but now that I have like a sense of your character, I don't think I want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I guess the persona, because I feel like it's more persona. Her persona is what's
Mhm.
really holding. The music
But-
is kind of just there.
But what was her persona before? The hot girl
I don't know.
that makes lit music for the club.
Yeah.
That was a persona. But if that's the persona you fell for, don't really sit here and tell me that you wasn't thinking that the hot girl that make lit music for the club may or may not be a terrible person. Don't sit here and like
That's why I'm just saying, like, I don't think anyone. I guess no one was expecting that, but no one's surprised by it. Or I guess people are surprised.
People are surprised.
No, I guess
by
people
it.
are surprised by it, which I get because it's that cognitive dissonance of like, oh, that's not who you think it is. Like the pedestal is just broken.
Mm. That's just that whole situation just made me sad for Cleopatra. I'm saying her name wrong. Um, there's a correct way to like pronounce Cleopatra or
I
whatever.
don't know who this
I
person
don't
is.
listen. I wasn't familiar with her before this whole
situation.
beef thing. All right, I'm
So
just
shout out to that.
shout out to her. I support her now because she doesn't deserve that. She's obviously talented. Like nobody deserves to be treated that way. Like you, especially if you're like you never asked for the opportunity. She
Right.
didn't ask to be on Ice Spice's tour.
But she went.
Yeah, because Ice Spice made it seem like she was gonna be taken care of. Like, wouldn't you go if somebody made sure you were going? Yes, it's naive to not be prepared. Don't get me wrong. Like, always be prepared.
I
You
just
know?
think that if I guess it was her first tour.
Was it?
Was it?
I'm
her
not
first tour?
sure. But
I just
Again.
feel like I don't know the look. The look. They did it for the look. I can't believe they were friends. All the
I
think
would have
pieces
done
I've
it
seen.
for the look too.
I can't believe they were.
But, like, I would have given my friend the benefit of the doubt that they were gonna take care of me, especially if they're reaching out to
See-
me. I didn't ask to be on the tour. They're reaching out to me. You know, that's where I'm looking at it from. You're reaching out to me to come on your tour, and you assure me that I'm gonna be good. Like, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, especially if I'm an up and coming artist trying to make my way into the world, trying to get a career. I'm gonna give it a shot. I was just expected to like, for you to follow through with your promises as a friend.
As I said, I'm from all the think pieces I've seen on it because I was searching all over it.
Mm-hmm.
The way the story I see it is, I don't know if they were friends. Like it doesn't seem like they were friends, real friends. I feel like they were more industry friends than friends.
In the industry, everybody's industry friends.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're real friends.
It's just a sad situation overall, and it gets me to think about how artists are ready to jump, like on opportunities and like switch up on people just to get more opportunities. Like freaking NLE Chopper. The grift
I
NLE
don't get this
Chopper.
point. I don't get this. I
Listen,
saw this on the board.
listen,
What do
listen.
you mean by this,
Bro.
Because I don't get what you mean by he's trying to grift
I'ma
over it.
paint the whole thing for you to understand.
Before we go into that, closing out the Ice Spice thing,
Mhm.
I gotta mention the funny moments that came from it. The Twitter Spaces when she was like, "Yo, let me play with my pussy in private."
No, that as a soundbite.
That soundbite?
We need to have that soundbite for the pod, bro. I've heard that Twitter space, bro. She was going crazy on Cleopatra. As terrible as she was, that clip was kind of
That clip was hilarious.
like, yo,
I guess
let me
she's in
play
the
with
fire.
myself for a little bit. Like, dang, can the girl just play with herself for a little bit? That's a funny clip.
You were bad. TikTok is just taking over it.
I know. Like people are remixing it, making their own video with that in the
That shit
background.
was hilarious.
Oh my
That's
god.
the one gem we got out of this.
It's a top tier meme, you know.
Listen,
But
I'm
Ice
here for
Spice is still a terrible person.
Yeah,
and the
cool.
music is mid. I'm sorry. Anyways,
Now NLE Chopper.
What
is he grifting to?
Listen, I was talking about that, right? He's the type of artist that like jumps on the next like community to further his career. Example.
Every
Right.
artist jumps on the next wave to further their career.
Example. Let me paint a picture for you. So years ago, he did some wild like stuff. Shut up his baby mom's house, like physically abused her, and rebranded as a vegan. And
Oh wait, I
on
remember that.
rebranded as a vegan.
That was hilarious.
That whole spiritual, like wave. No meat, just meditating.
Yo, when that
all-
came out, that was hilarious.
all that-
Watching bro was like, We're zen. We're
We're zen.
spiritual. We're all
Bro,
this.
after
I'm
he
like,
did
bro,
so-
weren't you just crashing
After he
out?
crashed out on his baby moms, he want to rebrand. And that junk lasted for like what? A few months?
Mm.
Dropped that completely. Now, guess what wave he's on now? He's trying to market towards the LGBTQ plus community.
How so?
How so? Have you heard NLE's music before?
I don't listen to this. I just see the antics online, and I'm like, that's hilarious.
All of a sudden, he's pro LGBT. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Of course, it's a good thing. But like, he's just using that community now to further push his career. Like,
I mean,
recently, 2 days ago, he posted a picture talking about I'm coming out. Like, with him doing some like posing.
sounds like you have an agenda.
No. I don't have an agenda. I'm just mad at the fact that
He's
he's
grifting?
using communities
Oh,
like just to like further his career. It's a good thing that he's like supporting the LGBTQIA plus community, right?
so why is it?
I'm not mad about that.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
No, it's not. It's a parasitic relationship.
How is it
He's
parasitic?
a parasite because he doesn't. I don't feel like
but
he
he
believes in
supports.
that. I don't feel like he really believes in that though,
If he didn't believe in it, then why would he support it?
because he's secretly a piece of shit that just want to make more money. Look,
How do you know?
Let me give you something else,
But
right?
he's already doing it.
Guess what he did? Guess what he did though? He decided to stop working with Blueface because Blueface beats on women.
Isn't he in jail?
He's in jail. But that's hypocritical because he crashed out on his baby moms.
Maybe
and
he's a
shut up
changed
her
person.
house. He's not a changed person.
How do you know?
It's all a
You know
play.
him?
It's all a play. And look, it's obvious when
You know him?
Listen, Chris, don't even sit here and try to play devil's advocate the whole time because you can tell when somebody's clearly making a play. You can tell when an artist is clearly making a play, bro. Don't sit here.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's just
All right,
moving
this
on
guy's
to a new
doing cap for the freaking camera. Is this okay?
cap. I'm not capping. He clearly has changed in his life, and he's going through changes.
So you're saying I'm
We
NLE
here at
Chopper.
NLG Chopper Defender. Well, PR this to death.
How much is he paying you? How much is the NLE team paying you, bro?
That is none of your business.
Could you just share some of
I
that
don't
shit?
know what you're talking about. Anyway,
But like I said, I'm just mad at that whole thing because
oh, because he's grifting,
he's grifting. That's
How
what
is
he's
he-
doing. He's grifting, bro.
bro. Why would he grift the LGBT community?
Cause that's a market that's growing, and he can make more money by doing that.
I could see that.
Like getting new fans, getting more people to buy his music,
Sounds
buy
like
his
hate.
merch.
This sounds
showing
like
up-
hate.
It's not hate. It's just
He's trying to get in front of a new audience.
it's manipulative though, especially based on his past transgressions, things that he said in his music,
Mm.
and all of a sudden you want to be like, you want to switch up.
Are you
That's
saying people
disgusting.
can't change?
It's not genuine. That's my point.
You don't think it's genuine?
No, it's not. Especially when you randomly post a picture like you did with that caption, you're baiting people. You're trying to get a reaction.
But that's his job.
Cook. Because clearly I'm not seeing eye to eye with you.
Listen, he's an artist. He has to jump on the next trend, whatever, to get people to come listen to his music, no matter how, whatever. Everyone goes about it differently, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The way he's going about it might be crazy. Would you say Kanye when he crashes out all the time? When Kanye crashes out, you're like, what the? You're getting to listen to the music now. You're like, oh, let me see what this is about. So
I feel like there's ways to go about it though, bro. Don't make it so obvious.
it's not
Don't make it
obvious,
so obvious,
but
bro.
there's obviously different ways to go. Everyone goes
For
about it
example,
different
the
ways.
way Megan Thee Stallion is doing it with the
She's
anime,
jumping into the anime world.
with the anime community and the Asian market. I feel like that's more genuine than whatever the heck NLE Chopper is doing. Because Megan, off the bat, like as soon as she came out, right? She always was very vocal about how she likes Asian culture, she likes anime, she likes all that kind of Asian stuff, right? In the music, she's been consistent with referencing it, pushing it forward, making it more mainstream. And so now that I'm seeing her collab with Korean artists, Japanese artists,
You feel like
it's
it's
not
more
weird.
genuine?
It's not out of the ordinary. It's not jarring. It's genuine, you know? She genuinely messes with that kind of like art and culture. So of course it's good. It's like of course I'm gonna support it. But an elite chopper, bro, beating his baby mom 2 days ago and then be like, oh, I don't want to make music with Blueface because he's
Wait, did
he's
that
a
all happen
woman
in 2
abuser.
days?
It's I'm being dramatic. But that's all I'm saying.
I see what you're saying.
Like so Megan is a great example.
So you're just saying that what you see is better when it all is cohesively.
When it's organic, when it's genuine, when it doesn't even look like
How do you know it's genuine?
because you can tell, Chris. You can tell when something is authentic.
Do you know when
can.
people fall from grace?
What do you mean?
Were there always that way? Like, it's a situation we can use.
Who?
I don't want to use the Diddy situation because no one saw that as a fall from grace.
I want to talk about that FAN on my platform. No thanks.
But like when something comes out in an artist and it completely shifts your whole perspective on them,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean that the whole time like everything gets thrown away? Like when shit hits the fan, are you still a fan?
It depends. R. Kelly. I used to be a fan of R. Kelly,
Mm.
and I did my research and I found out that that guy is a freaking fan.
Oh yeah.
I'm not listening to that guy. I'm not supporting anything he puts out. I'm not rocking with that. No. So yes, it hasn't like I can't separate the art from the artist pretty much.
That's what you.
That's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, separating the art from the artist.
I can't. It's very hard for me because like I'm like, dang, I'm listening to this song. Dang, I'm putting money in his pocket. Dang.
You're
I'm
not putting money in R. Kelly's pocket.
I'm just
I
saying.
know.
But I guess it's hypocritical because Kodak Black comes on like some songs sometimes, and I still listen to some of the music, even though he's kind of like a terrible person.
Yeah.
And like, so I'm a hypocrite, guys. I'm not perfect, obviously,
Yeah.
but there's some artists that I just can't separate.
So
The art from
sometimes
the
you're
artist.
just like, nah, you can't separate the difference. So I get
Like R. Kelly, man. That guy was messing with kids. I can't.
I agree.
Yeah, you can't come back from that, bro.
But he made
Hey,
the
going
remix to
back-
Ignition.
Going back to the whole Megan thing, bro. Megan is like making the whole anime culture and all of that
Way
so
more mainstream, right?
mainstream, and it's a weird transition to see because like I remember growing up, right?
Mm.
Anime was never fucking cool. Anime was the
Really?
farthest thing from being cool. People did not mess with anime. It wasn't mainstream. You were looked at weird if you like that kind of stuff, or you like them
Yeah.
Japanese cartoons. Weirdo.
Weirdo.
Bro. Oh, you don't want to play football? You rather go home and watch Naruto? Huh, loser. You know that type of like reaction.
Yeah, that vibe.
But now, everybody and their
It's
mom is
mainstream
watching
everywhere.
anime, bro.
The transition from it just being like, oh, only the weirdos watch that to, have you seen the new My Hero? Have you seen
No.
the? I'm like,
Listen,
yo,
I'm gonna bring a funny story. 2 days ago, I was talking to this person that I just recently met, right?
Mm.
And she was mentioning all this anime. She was talking about Naruto. She was talking about all this like anime. I'm like, the way she was talking about it, it made it seem like she was like tapped in for years. Like she knew all the little details, all the little intricacies. And then I'm like, oh,
you're like, wait a minute.
wait a minute. When did you start watching that kind of stuff? I'm like, because I was like, oh, I grew up with that kind of stuff. I used to be a fan back then. So, oh yeah, I binged all those shows in 2022. I'm like, whoa.
COVID turned people.
I'm like, are we at a point where it's that mainstream that people literally binge shows and become like
fully ingested.
fully invested and like that quick?
I think we are because there's like when I come up upon new anime fans, like people that just started, I'm like, oh, they know some of the intricacies
Yeah.
of each of the shows that they're watching.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so you guys are locked in.
Yeah, it's
you know what you're talking about.
I'm happy it's becoming a thing. You know, I just wish it had been a thing like,
Oh, I wish it was a thing
lot
years ago
sooner.
too. I was like, yo,
you know.
the amount of people you find, like, we were in that that event we went to in the club,
Yeah, in the
jumping to anime openings.
Bro, if you had told
you
me
had
10
told-
years ago that I would be in the club and I would be playing anime openings, I would be like, yo, what the fuck are you talking
What are you talking
Get the
about?
fuck out
Get
my
outta
face.
here.
Like,
Yo, imagine going back then
oh my god, and
when
telling,
anime wasn't as mainstream and be like, yo, in the future there'll be clubs and you'll be jumping to your favorite opening.
that is the craziest thing, bro. Even when we went to that Flow concert, right? The crowd was so diverse, bro.
And you realize that there are more anime fans out there. They're just low key sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I remember going into
At the gym 2 days ago at the gym, I was getting ready at the gym, right? And an anime opening came on my phone because sometimes
Oh,
we,
yeah,
play,
you-
we play music out loud. And yes, I'm one of those people. I'm obnoxious at the gym. Deal with it, right? So an anime opening came on my phone, right? And then the guy next to me was like, "Oh, I recognize that. That's that JJK. That go hard." The guy was like, he did not look like your typical anime
Anime fan.
fan, right? But like this guy was like, "Yo, that's my shit. I be bumping to that. Like, bro, turn that up." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
anime fans have started
Bro.
to slowly shift into the normal population.
Bro, anime fans are evolving, and I love it.
and it's great because there's anime fans, there's weebs, then
there's
there's
purists.
there's purists.
I don't mess with the purists. I don't want to be associated with the purists.
The purists are the ones that
That scare the
that
hoes.
scare the hoes.
Bro,
The purist scares the hoes more than when people are like, "Oh, you're an anime fan." They're talking about
yeah,
the
they're talking about the
purists.
purists because they're the real
real
weirdos.
issues. I'm like, yo, bro, chill.
You gotta chill a
Not
little
that
bit,
deep.
fam.
Is that
No,
deep?
no. Coming across a purist, right, and realizing, dang, maybe those stereotypes that they talk about anime fans, maybe they're
Maybe they're a little.
they're right.
There's a lot of.
Hey, bro, you don't understand until you freaking come across a purist. I remember we was at that Flow concert, bro. Bro was next to us. You remember that one, bro? Oh my god,
Bro was next to us telling us every show.
Bro
like,
was telling us every show about every song, and I'm like, bro,
like,
I'm
this
just
song. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm just
vibing, bro. Like, you don't need to tell me that it's from the 10th anime that came out in 19 whatever or whatever.
Listen,
I don't
but
care.
I
I'm
got,
just
I,
vibing.
I got, bro, because like, if someone was like, "Yo, what's this show? Should I watch?" I'm like, "Yo, I'll tell you everything about it."
Bro, we're in the middle of the concert where I'm trying to vibe.
Bro,
Bro,
I'm
like, yo,
chilling
pay
here,
attention to
right?
the next song. This next song right here is from this show, bro.
He was
It go hard.
jumping. He was like, "Yo,
bro,
you
was
can step- you
jumping.
gotta watch.
He
You
was
gotta
like,
do
you don't
this."
even understand, bro. I'm like, bro, relax, please.
I'll check it.
I'll check it. So yes, coming across purists sometimes it's
Just
just
like, all right.
it's just like, yeah, I get why people made fun of anime fans back in the day.
No, I got it. I completely understood. But I was just
It's
like,
like-
yo,
I can't. Like, it's just
don't not watch it because of them. Watch it because it's great.
I know, but yeah, I'm happy it's coming into the mainstream. I'm happy there's more eyeballs on shows.
Yeah, it's
And,
becoming more. It's like, yo, you can like, honestly, going into IT and working at a bunch of different companies,
Mm-hmm.
finding anime fans randomly,
It's a good
You're just
feeling,
like,
isn't it?
you just walk by. So
That's
even
how we bonded too. I'm not gonna lie. When we found out that like we both like certain shows,
even the most corporate people will be like, JJK, wait, what? you know this show? You know Naruto? I'd be like, yo,
that helps breaking down.
it just breaks that
the
barrier,
ice,
and
the
you're just
ice a
like,
little bit.
oh shit.
You're just like me for real.
You're just like me for real. Bro's really like me for real. Nah, for real. The first time I worked with you,
No,
and you were
that's
like,
how it broke the barrier. Because at first I remember when we first met, right? Of course, when you first meet people, right? Have we ever shared how we first met on this pod?
No.
I don't think we have, right? So when we first met, right?
I'm chilling.
We're
doing an
just
interview.
professional, corporate.
corporate style.
There's no it's just professional and corporate, right? So I forgot how we got into that conversation about anime or whatever.
I forgot. I think it
forgot.
was. I think Fate came up somehow.
Somehow,
Somehow Fate came
I
up.
don't know how. Because I think we started talking about shows like anime. We started talking about Naruto and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I randomly asked, yo, do you like Fate? It's like,
I was like, Fate.
I like Fate. I was like, because if you guys don't know, Fate is like,
It's like the most
It's a-
complicated show to
it's
get
like
into.
one of the most complicated anime shows to get into. And it's very niche. Not that many people know about it. Not that many people support it here in the West. It's huge in Japan and stuff. But here, you're not going to
It's a
run
niche-
into...
It's one of those niche.
You're not gonna run
animes.
into that many Fate fans, right? But so if you find somebody that know what Fate is, you can kind of tell, yo, that guy is kind of
No,
he's
if
tapped in.
if you've seen Fate, you're tapped in.
Yeah, if you've seen Fate, you're tapped in. If you meet somebody else that saw Fate, they're tapped
Tapped
in. So you can kind of gauge the level of weeaboos based on like the shows that they've seen. So once I found out that this
Yeah,
guy,
because I think we went over the generals like Naruto,
the
Dragon Ball.
mainstream stuff,
Like
yeah.
after you've seen the general, you're like, oh, you've seen some shows. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
so-
but like, or you see one of those intricate shows.
Yeah,
I think you said Monogatari at some point,
I
and
did.
I was like, nah, not everyone has seen that.
I know. So once I mentioned Fate to this guy, he's like, Fate, he give me that, Fate, you like Fate? I'm like, yeah, I like Fate. You like Fate? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, he's tapped in. And we went up.
Yeah, it was
from there.
basically.
But yeah, anyways, to close this whole thing, yeah, I'm happy about what Megan is doing. I'm happy that she's bringing more eyeballs to that
So that-
culture. And
no, shout out to Megan.
shout out to Megan. You're never going to hear me
Because
talk
now the
bad.
baddies like anime.
Oh, man. It's easier to approach the baddies with those type of
No,
conversations.
remember
my
that club?
gosh.
That club we were in,
Mhm.
and the girl pulled up, and I was
Mhm.
wearing the Naruto jacket. and
Yeah,
I was
she's
like,
nice jacket.
I'm like, yo, ain't no way. These weebs are out here.
I know they're outside now,
That's crazy.
but yeah, shout out to Megan making great music. But on the closing note,
Closing. No.
I wanted to mention something, right?
Mm.
Tell me why our timelines on Twitter is the exact same.
Because they're listening to us. The AI is
No,
everything is listening
If
to
you
us.
guys want to like really like are skeptical about these devices listening to everything we say or talk about,
They're probably listening to this right now.
bro, I could be scrolling on Twitter. I'm about to show this guy like a meme or like a something funny that might be specific to my timeline. This guy already
I have it on my timeline.
he has it on his timeline. He's already seen it. Vice versa, and it's like that at least 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
I think the timeline is listening to us.
Not the time of the phones artist.
I mean, the phones have always been listening to us because we'll be talking about a topic. I'll run on my timeline,
Mhm.
pops up immediately.
Immediately.
I'll be like, yo, that's crazy. I'll show you a meme
Mhm.
and you'll be like, I just saw it on my timeline as I'm talking about it.
I don't know why, but
I think it's because AI is getting smarter.
it's not
And
just AI. These companies know everything about our lives. They know everything about our tastes.
yeah, have you ever Googled yourself? Do you know what Google thinks of you?
I haven't Googled myself. Did
No,
you?
not Google yourself. Do you know what Google thinks of you?
Wait, is that a thing?
It's a thing. If your
Wait.
Google account, if you're on your Google account, there's a it's a under like personalized ads.
Mm-hmm.
It'll go on there and
Mhm.
it'll pinpoint you. I remember last time I looked, it'll tell you how much you probably make. It'll tell you what your interests are.
What?
It'll tell you where you what you like. It'll tell you a lot about yourself. It'll give you your age range.
That's insane. And
It'll tell
scary.
you all of that. And I was like, yo, why they how they clocking me this much?
Holy shit.
So Google already knows you.
I gotta check. You gotta show me how to get to
I'll
that.
show it to you.
That's kind of
But
scary.
Google is already clocking. So if you think it's just AI getting smarter, no, they've been had this.
Dang. I'm kind of terrified to go and see like what
when I
it
first
thinks of
saw it, I was
me.
like, yo, why they know so
'Cause
much
my
about
browser
me?
history, you don't want to see what I be looking up.
Your browser history is
Oh
not
my
safe.
God. I know that I already know. Like, even when you go in incognito mode, they see
Well,
whatever
at
you're
least
doing.
for this, I think maybe. I would hope so, because it's only tied to your Google account. Because
Mhm.
if you're signed into your Google account on your computer, you use it.
Nah, to the point where it tells you how much you make. That's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Google got a whole freaking financial profile on you. That is crazy. Oh my god. No wonder them ads be so specific.
Exactly.
No. I was this morning, right? I was on Instagram, right? And 2 days ago, I was like, man, I really need a new chair. I really need a new chair for my desk, right? I didn't even say it out loud, though.
Mm.
I was thinking it this morning. I wake up on Instagram, chairs upon chairs upon chairs upon chairs. I'm like, dang.
That's funny because I remember Amazon. There was like I think there was like some program they were working on where they'll just ship you something because they think you need it, and if you want it,
Mhm.
you can just say no, send it back, or just pay for it right there.
It's like those that reminds me of those like fashion boxes where like you answer a couple of questions and then it
Yeah, they
has a
send
fashion
you
profile on you
for you, and then
and
they
then
send
they
it to you.
style you and they send you a box, and if you want to keep it, you pay for it. If you don't, you can just send it back.
So what do you think? Do you think it's scary that technology is actually just learning us personalized?
I think it's very scary because all those companies are also have a profile on us. They know everything about us and they sell our data like
Constantly.
constantly, you know? And like I just feel like it's I don't know.
What harm is
It's
it?
kind of like
I'm trying to think of all the
they're
harmful things and the
violating
positive
my
things.
privacy. They're violating me in a way because they know so much about me without my consent. But again,
They
once you
have your
buy
consent.
when you buy an iPhone, where you subscribe to stuff, when you create a Google account, you consent to all that. So
So my point is like, as technology moves on, are we moving towards like you know, not like what they do in China? Like China has that rating system, a thing where
Mhm.
you have to do something. Like it's a certain currency.
Mhm.
Like
Talking
if
about a
you,
merit system.
merit system, yeah.
Mhm.
Are we moving towards a society like that?
No, that's mainly geared towards like communist countries. I don't think that's gonna ever happen here unless somebody becomes a
No, but
dictator
not.
and
I'm not
decides
saying.
something
I'm not saying
otherwise.
that on the communists. What does that look like under capitalism?
I don't think it exists under capitalism.
But they already know everything, so your ads are getting sent to you.
Okay.
We're all in the matrix already. It's too late. They control everything.
I hate that word, by the way. The way they flipped all the matrix into all this stuff, I really hate it.
But
But-
what I'm really trying to say is that as these things get more ads, AI gets smarter and uses it to sell us more of the same stuff that we're already buying.
Mhm.
Is it that surprising that they know that much about you? Like, so they can sell you what you want.
It's not
So,
surprising because
Are you mad that you're getting sold what you want?
sometimes
And do you want that? Do you know if you want
sometimes I'm mad that like the device like
Because you wanted, you were
knows me
thinking
so
about
much.
chairs, so they
Yes.
started showing you chairs.
Yes.
They're trying to get it. They're
I'm
trying to be
mad-
helpful.
I'm mad that like it knows me that much. Cause like I
But
feel
you use it every
violated.
day.
I know, but I still feel violated.
But you're using it every day.
I know I understand that. I just feel violated that like these companies know so much about me without me willingly giving that up.
information.
Even though we willingly give that up when we sign up for these services or buy these phones.
But you're not conscious of your will.
I just don't like it. I just don't like it. But
Mm.
I'm not naive to say that it's not helpful. It is helpful, you know?
Mm.
When I think about something and they show me
it's
a
right
cheap
there.
version, it's like that's helpful. I just don't like the
You don't like them being in your head.
exactly. You said it perfectly. So
I'm just playing devil's advocate
We'll
because
see.
it's happening anyway.
we'll see how society evolves with all this technology anyway. But
I think
I'm kind of like,
it's
I'm
gonna be.
excited for it a little bit, but
I feel like it'll be useful.
yeah, but I draw the line where once we start fusing with chips and stuff like that.
No, I don't. I'm okay on that.
But I'm a hypocrite, but because depending on how cool it is and
What you could do with it.
what you can do with it, you might have to chip me up a little bit. But I'm just saying.
Listen, all I'm saying is if we can get some Ready Player One level stuff going,
You're gonna give up.
I'll think about it. I'll be more persuaded.
The scary part about the chips, right? Imagine in like 2080, right?
Mm.
you try to like, sleep, right? And then all you see are ads for
Ads.
McDonald's, freaking Wendy's.
There was a movie I forgot.
my
There was a movie
God.
called the Dream Dilemma or something with Nicolas Cage, and I'm spoiling the movie.
It's okay.
But
Never
towards the
watched
end
it.
of the movie, they were basically like, "Yo, we're gonna put ads in your dreams, so when you
Oh
wake up,
my
you you
God.
want to buy something."
That's the only thing I'm skeptical about. But aside from that, hey, technology is great. Hey, we work in IT, so like, of course we like technology.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. It's gonna be useful in the future
Yeah, but yeah,
when you domain expansion. You could just send that to somebody randomly with a chip.
the possibilities are endless.
I could just send you all of the metadata to just overload your brain to freeze you. That's the probability with the chip.
No, another use is like, I hope it makes people smarter, right? Of
Mm.
course, it's designed to do so, right? So maybe they can eliminate stuff like racism, because you gotta be very stupid to be racist. But
It's
again,
just his own mental illness. But
again, some people, I'm not gonna say any names. Hint: he runs one of the largest platforms on earth. Anyways, some people are very smart and they're still racist. So like, is it really a matter of like intelligence? I don't know anymore. So
it's a mental illness.
it's a mental illness.
In my opinion.
Hey, I'm just gonna leave it at that. We had a great episode today.
But
Congratulations to episode 20 to us.
thank
We
you
are
for watching episode 20.
Um,
We'll be back again.
back again next
This was
week.
a little special for you guys,
Mhm.
celebrating 20 episodes.
Now, next milestone 50,
The next milestone is 50.
and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.